Welcome to The Drip, everybody. Saturating you with the content you crave. I'm with my boy, Zack, ROI Williams.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
It's very exciting. And I am your host, Kelli Hutchinson. And we have got an awesome show for you tonight.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. We got a few badass things to go over. Super excited to bring this stuff to you. And we're going to saturate you with the content you crave. That's what we do, right?
And everyone's craving it. It's 2023, guys. It is a reset on life. So it's pretty exciting. We have so much interesting personal knowledge going out on this show today. But first of all, we want to thank our sponsors, right?
Of course.
We want to thank Dudley and DeBosier. We want to thank HDMK, Lavish Life. We want to thank Dank Vodka and Cross Country Wellness.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much, keeping the show on the air and supporting us every way you can, as well as y'all, the listeners. So thank y'all so much.
Thank you. And a special thank you to the Jambalaya Shop for sponsoring this show today.
Yeah, absolutely. So today, if y'all need some jambalaya, go hit up the homies over at the Jambalaya Shop. I can't get enough
Perkins and Acadian's got the best jambalaya, best pastalaya I've ever eaten. And I'm saying a lot because I'm putting them in the same category as my mom. Sorry, Mom.
That's hard.
Yeah, true story.
Well, awesome, guys. Well, check out these commercials, and we'll be right back. You don't want to miss it. I got something special to talk to y'all as soon as we get back.
Bleach Bright LED Whitening. Phenomenal whitening results of 2 to 8 shades in less than 30 minutes. And more effective than other teeth whitening options because the light opens the pores on your clear enamel layer to allow our whitening formula to penetrate behind the enamel. We're confident that you will be ecstatic about your results.
The biggest sale of the year is happening right now during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda. For a limited time, make no payments for 90 days on every new Honda. That's right, you choose and make no payments for 90 days at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
What's going on, guys? It's Zack ROI Williams, your co-host of The Drip, and I'm so excited to have your attention right now. I have made it my life's mission to teach people about return on investment, both financially and also with your time. So I've put together a program that is all about passive investing and being able to provide you with a return on your investment so that you can make money in your sleep. But not only that, I don't want to sell you anything. I just simply want to educate you on the opportunities that are out there that I spent a lot of my own time and a lot of my own money to be able to figure out. And I want to give you this information for free and give you an opportunity to just get on the phone with someone on my team to see if this is anything that may make sense to you and help you change your financial future. So if you have any interest in finding out any more about how to make your money make money or someone else's money make you money, ultimately buying you back your time, please check me out at roiamazonprogram.com. Thank you so much, and thank you for hanging out with us on this episode of The Drip. We will talk to you soon.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Welcome back, y'all. So we've got some pretty awesome stuff. Mr. Zack, we got some cool stuff going on with him. So let's throw that little intro clip for that university, baby.
Yeah, let's go.
R-O.
I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited too.
Guru after guru, course after course, all claiming to help you become rich quick.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
But that's not how the real world works. We are here to guide you step by step and to teach you how to turn your side hustle into your salary. ROI University is now in session with your host, Zack ROI Williams.
Awesome.
Let me hear it.
Yeah, so I'm super excited this episode. I'm going to be talking about, I've got a book that I actually just completed. It was a massive undertaking. It took me months to produce. I got a couple of pictures up of it that we'll be able to show you guys on how it started versus how it ended. So obviously it wasn't a horrible place to start writing.
Not at all. Not a bad view.
Yeah, so that was in Belize, which is really where I escaped to Belize, myself and my family. We've been there 3 times, I'd say, for about 9 weeks or so. And
I like to escape to Mexico and Puerto Rico personally.
Yeah, it's a fun. There's little Lottie giving us the thumbs up.
Such a cutie.
She's incredible. She's probably her and Heather were definitely a big reason why this book got written, and a big push as far as cheerleading me into the success of actually accomplishing this. But what started out as 2,000-3,000 words a day bumped up to about 5,000 to 7,000 words as it started really kind of coming out. And then the final video or picture, yep, this is it in the home studio. Had to bring it back, couldn't get it completed there.
I love all the scribble scratch.
Yeah, so we're going to get into that.
I know it.
So that final picture, that's 55,000 words that went into that book, and for people that are out there watching that are interested in writing a book, thought about writing a book, or even, talked about writing a book, but gotten shut down by everyone, be like, who are you to write a book? Who would want to read about your life, right? In vocalizing this story and vocalizing this mission that I was on, people started coming out of the woodworks. Man, I've always wanted to do it. People tell me all the time I need to write a book. So it's been a lot of fun, not only being able to do this for myself, but I kind of feel like I got a little crew with me that I've now been and been able to give them the vision and the mission to actually do that themselves. So I'm excited about it.
I completely understand. I'm going to get up in here. I actually wrote a book, a biography about my life, and I started it. I started it and finished it. I got all the way up to, I think I was 25 years old, and it was year per chapter. And then the iCloud thing happened, and it was lost.
Oh, no.
So it actually broke my heart and shut me down for a while. And I've actually just started, introducing the idea of starting over.
I definitely recommend it, and it's funny that you mentioned that. Not funny. I mean, obviously that's
it sucks,
heartbreaking.
But funny now.
I will say that there's been several instances in writing some of this where, I was in the zone, I was in that flow state, I was in that creative mind, and lost some of the content, or even in some of the, the marketing around the hype, lost some of those posts, and then
it sucks.
But what I'm excited to talk to you about in the Shift the Mindset is the second version is always better.
I hope so.
So like I hate that you went through that. I'm excited that you got that like word vomit, as I call it for myself, out on paper, and now you can kind of get real critical. Because one thing I've learned in this process and working with my publisher is the creative mind and the critical mind can't happen at the same time, right?
Word.
So, step one is just what I call the word vomit stage. Literally, just go out there, get it all on paper. Now, obviously, there's some few tips and tricks on like structuring it correctly and all that. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. We got a lot.
So what made you like want to write a book? Like what was the moment?
So in marketing and in all my business coaching, the number one thing that I have to like work with people through is listen to your market, right? A lot of times people bring all this stuff. Like for example, maybe Kelly, when she first started doing hair, was trying to do men's hair, trying to do women's hair, trying to do all this different stuff. And maybe she saw a major outpouring on barbering, right? And that's why she's now niched down to, specializing in barbering.
Got to go where the money is and happiness. It's like TikToks versus watching movies. It's quick money, having fun.
Yeah. So step one is always talking about listening to your market, and I had to basically listen to my own advice. I had a lot of people that I respected hear parts of my story through platforms like this episode, like the Drip, the entire network, my social media, stuff like this, my speaking events. People come hear my story and they're like,
but I see your tread. I mean, if y'all don't follow Zack, you should, because there's a lot of truth in his words, and I mean, people are listening, people are interacting. I mean, it's solid,
and I appreciate that, and
which is why he's on this stage with me, obviously.
Look, we just had to have a good balancing act here, so I appreciate you for having me.
Thank you.
But I listened and I started writing. And, there's something that I speak about a lot on my podcast about imposter syndrome. Like, man, am I good enough? Is what I have to say something that someone's even interested in hearing about? Who are you to think that you should write a book? Who wants to listen to you? All this stuff that either A, you've heard before, B, you're just making up in your head, right? I finally just decided that I was tougher than all that. I wanted to push through and see where it happened. It's a long process because I'm doing it correctly, but we're going to launch it April 13th of this year, which will be the 10-year anniversary of my motorcycle wreck, which is a big portion and a big chapter of the book, being told I was never going to walk again, coding twice.
Look at you now.
And all that. So that's a big part of it, yeah.
Well, that's pretty awesome. I kind of have that imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome, yeah.
I have that, or I did, until I talked myself into believing in myself. But that was when I started doing motivational speaking. Like, why is anyone going to hear my story or listen to my story and take anything from it? But they do.
Yeah, I deal with that a lot on my podcast and my coaching groups and stuff like that, where people are constantly second-guessing themselves and feeling like they don't have a voice. And the biggest thing about that is, let's just say, for example, you're like a level 6 at whatever it is you do, right? Maybe I'm a level 6 marketer, right? There's still levels 1, 2, 3, 4s, and 5s that are desperate to get to that level 6. There's people that need the information that you have, and for me, one of the things that I preach on quite a bit is I wouldn't be where I was today without people pouring into me. And so who would I be to dam up that flow of knowledge? So, if you're out there, I know it sounds crazy, but, let this be that sign that if you've been thinking about writing a book, you want to write a book, or you just even want to know what the steps even are in writing a book, reach out. I'd be more than happy.
And how do you go about it? Like, how do you go about writing a whole book?
So, I can talk about it now because the book's finally at the publisher. There's still some information I'm real hesitant on putting out. And
like a title.
Yes. So we're not releasing the title yet, and there's a very real reason why. And if you follow this process, you follow the drip, you follow my pages, you'll see why once I finally make the announcement closer to April.
I don't even know.
You don't even know.
I don't even know.
I'll tell you off air.
All right.
But, so the first things I did was I went to people that I knew were avid readers. And I said, what are books missing? And I know that's a hard question to answer, but I got really good feedback, right? People were like, immediately, I want to know what you expect me to get out of a chapter, right? You read a book and you're like, I think I got a good nugget, but I'm not 100% sure I extracted the amount of information that the author wanted me to get. So immediately, all my chapters start with, boom, this is what I expect you to get out of it. After the chapter, you get immediate action steps. Like, hey, I want this to be a tool. I don't want this to be, a document that you read and then you put under your wobbly couch in the corner. Like, I want this to be something that you actually utilize and get something out of.
So it's a help book.
Yeah. So it's about a lot of experiences that I went through that, words of other people, the average person couldn't mentally or physically make it out of that. I mean, I was told I was never going to walk again. I was told I was never going to be able to have kids again. Coded twice on the emergency room table. Went through 27 units of blood in 9 days, which the average person holds 8 to 10 units of blood. So
look at us, we're 2023. I never even expected this to be a real year. I mean, it sounds crazy. It sounds foreign to me.
Yeah, so 2023 is the 10-year anniversary coming up in April. So it's a lot about what I've learned over the last 10 years. Over my life. That happened to be a big push in that right direction as far as getting that book out, and a big part of the story. There's a big part of my first company that I started when I was 19 that's in there, and there's 2 secret chapters that I can't talk about just yet. But
there's a lot of secrets. I can't wait to read it.
It's exciting. But
I wonder what I'm going to take out of it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see. This is a tool for everyone else to use, and I'm already looking at writing my second book, and the amount of information that I get out of this is what I'm going to basically use to be the blueprint for book number 2. So I'm very excited.
That's awesome. It's actually 10-year for the hair show as well, which is pretty cool. But if someone was interested in publishing a book, like what would they do? Like, how they go about that?
So first things first is you got to find a publisher. I've got one. You're more than welcome to use mine. She's absolutely incredible. I know multiple authors, publishers, or even publishing coaches. So if you have any questions, please reach out. I'd be more than happy to walk you through that. So just follow me on any social media. Hit me up in the DMs. That's really me in my DMs. That's not an assistant. That's not a VA or anything. But I appreciate y'all allowing me to talk about my book. And we want to jump to these commercials real fast. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats. The flavor says it all.
Hi, gang. Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Yeah, that's your girl. That's me. It's Kelli Hutchinson with the best part of the show.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the glam session. Katie, can you roll that?
I ain't tryna be no wife or fiance.
So what we got going on here? What is the glam session?
Possibilities, I look like all you need. One kiss, just showing off. I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes. Now you just show.
Well, that was all about you, girl, Miss Glam
Wow.
session. I think you got an announcement to make or something.
No big deal, but I just won and became Miss Louisiana World America 2023. So super excited.
No, so obviously this episode is nothing but big news.
I know I said that at the beginning. I said we had so much personal knowledge that we were going to be throwing at you, and this is part of it.
Yeah, so I'm curious. I'm excited, but excitedly curious on what is. I mean, those are some big titles, big names. What is Miss Louisiana? World America.
So everyone knows that I was Miss Louisiana State, Miss Gulf States, Miss Capital City,
secret.
Baton Rouge, MRS. But now I'm down, took the R out of the scenario, and I'm Miss Louisiana World America. Before I was doing state titles, Miss Louisiana State, Miss Gulf States, where it was a smaller area. Now I'm going on to nationals, Miss World America in Miami, Hollywood, Miami, in August. No big deal. You're all obviously everyone's invited. Please come in my circle and make a lot of noise for your girl.
So what
I'm very excited.
So those pageants and stuff like that, like it's invite only, it's general admission, buy tickets. Like how? I've never been invited to something.
Well, you're invited now.
Like that?
So with this one, this is a national and then a world title. So basically, the Miss Louisiana State was a Louisiana title, and then the national title was Gulf State. So it only handled the little panhandle of Louisiana. This one's a lot larger. So I'm very excited to announce that I will be going on to Miss America 2023. And if I win, not if, because there's no ifs about it, I will then be going on further to Miss World. So you very well could be watching Miss World BS up here with my boy Zack. No big deal.
Hey, look, I can BS with that all day long. So are you nervous? You excited? Do you have the butterflies? Like,
I feel confident.
I like it.
Yeah, like I did compete in the America division 2 times and got my butt handed to me twice. And it did throw my self-esteem down a little bit. And I was contacted to do this pageant. And with this particular pageant, you have to already have a title because you have to have some credentials in order to even compete in this. Mm-hmm. And luckily, I had those, and I won.
That's awesome.
I know.
So, what all qualifies you, or what all do you get judged on? Because obviously, we got a wide range of viewership here. We got male, female. We have people that understand the pageant lifestyle. We have some that don't, like myself. This is a new world for me. I'm excited for you, but I'm also excited to learn about it. So obviously, I'm just going to make all this up. We have not discussed this prior to the episode.
It's a surprise to all of us, even myself.
You got ball gowns? You got bikini or swimwear?
You do.
What all do you have? What goes into that?
So after having 3 kids strutting around in a bikini, it's a little harsh, but I did that. I won photogenic,
nice.
so I have that going for me. But yeah, you get judged on personality. You get judged on stage appearance. Being able to talk to people like we're talking right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, your gowns, fitness, personality, everything. You get judged from head to toe. And your girl.
I like it.
What?
So what you're saying is if there's any single guys out there, you actually want to watch this because they're picking the cream of the crop.
They are.
Not only do you have to look good, you got to be good. You got to have the attitude. You got to have the personality. You got to
have it all.
I like it.
You have to have the swag. You have to have a brain between your ears. There's a lot going on with it. And you also, most importantly, have to have a platform. Why are you doing this?
Gotcha.
If you're up this high, what is it that you're trying to say? And that is the single most important thing for me.
That's awesome.
Kind of like judging when, where you're talking about your book.
Yeah.
That was a lot for me because I don't really, everyone in BR has probably seen me do a little Gangster's Paradise during karaoke, or
here and there.
Harshly sing a couple of very good songs and maybe, some of the sounds dogs could only hear. But with this, I had to find a talent. Mm-hmm. And that talent is motivational speaking. What I'm good at is reaching people and getting people to hear me. And the most important thing about that for me is, number one, rape. I know it's harsh. That was a harsh, sharp jug at you. But being able to focus on negative things to make a positive out of it. And whenever something bad happens, things tend to, have a ripple effect. So whenever you're feeling like your lowest, if something terrible happens to you, it's hard to recover. But my platform is on body image and self-esteem. Now, when I was a little girl, I was raped. It's terrible. I know no one wants to hear it, but I've had at least 20 years, or maybe 30, to recover from that. And with that, I realized that, body image was an issue for me, probably because my body was important at way too young of an age. But, that's so important to me because realizing that we're all different. We're not a bunch of ants. That was a Zoolander, sorry. We're all different, and beauty's not a beholder. I'm beautiful because I'm me, and you're beautiful because you're you. But there's no way, if you're a woman or male or whatever, we could possibly be compared or judged together, because that's the beauty about being a human being, is that some people like thick girls, some people like little skinny girls, some people like, this or that, long hair, short hair, blonde versus brunette. And the beauty is finding that beauty within and sharing that with others, making people feel confident in their skin. And that is what my platform is, reaching out. And, I've done that before. I did some motivational speaking for, churches, and I did a lot of stuff with the Salvation Army, which, talking about things like that, actually healed my heart. Actually speaking out to little girls in a lower income area, talking about, I didn't even know I was talking about rape, but, I just spit it. And then, little girls coming forth telling me about things that were happening at home, because what happened to me happened at home. And parents, you need to be watching the people that you bring into your home. Make sure that the people that you're bringing into your home are not predators, because you never know. And most of the time it's family members, which is very sad. But that has a ripple effect, and sometimes it makes women, insecure, and it hurts people. And it took me 30 years to realize why I was hurting so bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a tough pill to swallow, and I don't want to speak on that topic because I'm not qualified to, but I do appreciate you using something that could be typically looked at as a negative light as a positive in other people's lives. I hear it a lot because of the world that I am in with the motivational speaking, my wife and her journey as well. And it's a cool concept to think that the things that some people you look down on yourself the most on are what qualify you the most to be able to go out there and help other people.
Absolutely.
So that's really cool that you do that.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to see what you do with this. This is a huge platform. It's a huge opportunity.
I'm excited. I just really want to help little girls. I'm crazy and blessed to have 3 little girls that I've had the opportunity, to lift up. They're my own. As I said, it was a little harsh to roll out in a bikini, for this pageant after having 3 children. But that's part of being, confident and having higher self-esteem. Like, I just put myself on a pedestal, and I teach women and young ladies to do that for themselves too. Because if you're not your biggest fan, who is? I'm definitely mine.
No.
People hate me for it, but keep hating, boom, because I'm going to keep on keeping on.
No, I love it. And I want to come back to this because I want to finish this story because I think it's the world needs to hear it. People need to hear it. There's one person watching that needs to hear this. So we're going to jump to a break real fast, but don't go anywhere because we're going to finish this. This is important. Thank you.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Hey everybody, I'm Kevin Gallagher. This is Roy Fletcher. We hope you'll join us for Fletch Nation, especially if you like talking politics.
Hey, come and join us. We'll give you the information, and then we'll give you the context. And by the way, we'll give you fun too.
Lots of fun. We hit the local races, the state. We even look at what's going on all across America. And by the way, this space is available. If you'd like to talk about advertising, send your emails to Roy Fletcher at royfletcher.com and join us every week here on the Pelican for Fletch Nation.
What's going on, guys? It's Zack R.O.I. Williams, your co-host of The Drip, and I'm so excited to have your attention right now. I have made it my life's mission to teach people about return on investment, both financially and also with your time. So I've put together a program that is all about passive investing and being able to provide you with a return on your investment so that you can make money in your sleep. But not only that, I don't want to sell you anything. I just simply want to educate you on the opportunities that are out there that I spent a lot of my own time and a lot of my own money to be able to figure out. And I want to give you this information for free and give you an opportunity to just get on the phone with someone on my team to see if this is anything that may make sense to you and help you change your financial future. So if you have any interest in finding out any more about how to make your money make money or someone else's money make you money, ultimately buying you back your time, please check me out at roiamazonprogram.com. Thank you so much, and thank you for hanging out with us on this episode of The Drip. We will talk to you soon.
The season of inspiration is the perfect time to discover the enhanced Mazda CX-5, named a 2022 IIHS Safety Pick Plus Award winner, its highest safety award honor. Choose from over 45 CX-5s available at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Y'all guys for staying with us. Super excited to kind of finish this segment up before we get to our next topic. For those of you that are just joining, for my single dudes out there, we found out to watch Miss Worlds, Miss Louisiana, all the different pageants instead of swiping right on Tinder, because they're actually vetting these girls for you guys. They're making sure that they got good personalities. They're making sure that they have a brain. They're making sure that they look good in a swimsuit, in a gown, all that. So we're excited to learn about Kelli's accomplishments with Miss Louisiana World America. And again, if you're just now joining us, we were talking about how incredible it is when you take something that's been a negative or traumatic in your past and using that for good. So you know, as we kind of bring this portion of the show to the end, I want to, I want to bring up something that you talked about right before we left the commercial, and that was you raising 3 girls. And I want to know what that role as mommy, as friend, and as fellow, you know, philanthropist, as far as what you do, how do you handle that role as like, how do you talk about this with your children as a mom? How do you talk about it as a friend if it's something that is coming up in friends' conversations? And then also you being philanthropic, this is a mission of yours.
Right.
So what are you doing with your children there?
So, as you all know, I had a daughter. I was 16 and pregnant. Before MTV said it was cool to be 16 and pregnant, I was the little girl without the cameras that was 16 and pregnant. And, you know, I was her friend. You know, I was her friend as a young girl. And we kind of grew up together. You know, she saw me at my lowest and my highest points. She saw me conquer the world, and the world, you know, crash and burn on top of me. Angelique, Broadway, AJ, that's my baby. She saw way too much, honestly, because I was a young mom. But with that, it was all about trials and tribulations. You know, what can I do to be a better mom in the future? What can I do to be a better role model? And the way that I saw it is to show my kids that anything is possible. You know, everyone that knows me knows that I came from damn near poverty. You know, we lived in a very low income neighborhood. We didn't have anything. I wore the same clothes over and over and over again. Anybody from Denham Springs already knows that. But the personality was bigger than what I was wearing. My heart was bigger than what I was wearing, and my noise was louder than anything I could possibly put on. So I teach my kids about self-worth. I teach my kids about love. I teach my kids about family, about star quality. You know, and star quality doesn't mean that you're wearing something cool. It doesn't mean that, you know, I didn't have the latest trends. You know, thank God for DIYs. Otherwise, you know, I would have never had anything together. And my family was very good with arts and stuff like that. But, you know, just basically, I love Jesus. It is what it is. Everyone wants to hate. It's fine. The thing about God is that he made mammals, and he made every male bird more beautiful than the woman bird. And then we've got these gorgeous, you know, human beings, and we get to be the most beautiful, and it's the only other mammal that is. So we do have that, and it's a blessing. And, you know, being able to stand on this platform and be able to do what I do, I just want to make people realize that we don't all have to look the same. Nobody wants to live in a cookie cutter home. Everybody wants to have something a little bit different. And it's not just that with where you live or where you come from, but it's also with how you look and how you approach things and how you love yourself. Loving yourself makes you way more valuable than money. And having confidence is the sexiest thing that a male, female, or him, her, them, they, anybody can have. Like, you just have to have self-worth. And coming from, you know, an obstacle, you can flip that around and take something that could have been your crutch and building a platform. The sky's the limit. There's no way of failing if you love yourself and you're willing to turn that crutch into a ladder. Like, let's build higher.
No, I love that. And so you've obviously made a pretty powerful stance here about what the platform is that is pageantry. So I'm going to kind of throw this back on you and steal your question from me. If there's a young lady out there that's looking to get into doing pageants, or, you know, sees what you're talking about and says, I want to do that, how do they get into that world? How do they go down that journey? Where do they get started? What do they look for? What to look, you know, how do they get started?
So basically, you don't have to have some huge platform. If you just love yourself, you can do it just out of, you know, following me at Kelli Hutchinson on Instagram, and I will be tagging the Miss Louisiana and Miss World America in that, and everything. I'm tagging them now because, you know, I've got this platform and I'm going to use it. But if you have an amazing voice and that's your talent, or you can twirl a baton, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's finding something that you know, sets you apart from everyone else. And with me, all I'm good at is talking. It's fine. I can rap a little, but nobody really wants to hear that. But, you know, if you go onto these platforms, there's tons, but this is one of the largest ones. And I'm so thankful and so lucky to be able to even be having this sash on. I feel so incredible and so awesome. And I have fallen in the mud and had to pick myself up several times. And it's doing it gracefully. And we all can. We've all fallen. You just pick yourself back up and you keep on trying. But, yeah, you can go online, and it's Miss Louisiana World America. There's also Miss USA World America. And all of you can kind of like find your way. The Miss World America, I know the other one, they basically reduce your lowest score. So you have the opportunity to bring that score up, you know, reducing your lowest. The one that I'm in, there is no reduction. So I'm stuck with my scores regardless on how well they do. But obviously, evening gown, as you can see, I killed it. Thank you to Rachel Veely. She actually sponsored my gown for the Miss Louisiana America pageant 2023, which I did not win. But you know how they say whenever a door is closed, a window is open. This was a way bigger, like, gorgeous, you know, fabulous window. It's not just some, like, little crank window. It was a bad-ass window that I got to run through. And I am just tickled pink that I get the opportunity to share all of this with Louisiana and go out to Miss America and kick some ASS for LA. You know what I mean?
I love it. Let's go, man.
Yes.
That's incredible. That's beautiful. Obviously, all the congratulations to you, Kelly.
Thank you, Zack.
If anyone's watching, wants to know more, please reach out to her on her socials. But we got one more segment for y'all. We're going to throw it to some commercials, and we'll see y'all when we get right back. And we're going to talk about the whole end of the year and how we started the new year.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Putting that weight cause I need that money piling. I just wanted all private jets on the island. I just want the ball in the club when I'm wildin'. Yeah, I need a new whip with suicide doors. And I need a new chick with beauty, no flaws. Drip on the ice and the swag got sauce. And I'ma get mine, nigga, better get yours.
It's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
So welcome back to The Drip, where we're saturating you with red, green, silver, and gold. We're talking about Christmas, Zach.
Oh, well, that was a fun time for me. I was laid up in bed sick.
What happened? Did you have COVID?
Man, Lottie got it first, took care of Lottie. Boy. She was good to go, obviously with Heather's help. Heather got it, took care of her and Lottie and the businesses. Was good to go, thought I made it through.
You got it?
Got me. Not only did it get me, I got it, and then I gave it back to Heather. So we passed it around for about 5 or 6 weeks. I'm over it. It was cool, though. It slowed us down for Christmas. We had some family come in towards the end of some of that sickness, so forced us to slow down, forced us to spend time with family. So all in all, it was a good Christmas.
Well, I'm pretty sure that I had it. I may have been the one to give it to you. The week before Christmas, I was down for my pageant. I was not 110. I came back from Natchitoches, where we did the Miss Louisiana World America pageant, and I wasn't feeling 110, and then the day after Christmas, my mom ended up with it. Right. And she went and brought
it's always
food.
The moms.
Yeah, moms they do it all. They touch everyone. She brought food to my grandpa and my 90-year-old, Mama died, good for you, girl, 90-year-old grandmother, which we celebrated her birthday last month. Mom brought it back to her, brought it back to him. So my 90-year-old grandparents have COVID. My mom has COVID. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm glad I got away with it. But no. In fact, I'm pretty sure I had COVID because some of the same weird symptoms that weren't on the COVID roster, my stepdad had, and he tested positive for COVID. And then my ex-husband, Adam, he currently has COVID. So COVID is still sweeping the nation with that BS. But if a 90-year-old grandmother can get through it, you can get through it, you can get through it, and everyone else can get through it.
I just don't even like talking about, I don't like the C word.
I think it's kind of like, no one likes the C word, Zach, but I think it's kind of like the flu at this point. I mean, if you take enough vitamins.
I'm going to be PC while we're on this channel and not get into that conversation.
If you take enough vitamins, I called my doctor and was like, hey, I need a Z-Pack. It really does bring you back up. But Christmas, that was an amazing holiday. Let's show some Christmas pics. Can we get some? There's my baby girls, Miss Ryan and Ava.
Look at y'all.
They're
so cute.
feeling it. I know we kind of color coordinated a little bit this year. There's Tootie, a little toot-toot.
I like the color palettes,
And then Ryan's about to be feeling. There she is, feeling herself. We're at my mom. She had the little Charlie Brown Christmas tree, which was super trendy. That don't disregard my face, but I could not get over Ava, how cute she was.
I think that's the most fun about it all.
Obviously, there's Angeli, the day of Christmas. We went to go get something to eat, and it was Chinese restaurants were actually, in fact, the only thing open. You'll shoot your eye out, which is funny. Because every year of my life, my dad and I, God rest his soul, watched A Christmas Story together, and we lived it, Angeli and I, together on Christmas Day this past year. So it was pretty awesome.
Man, that's
How
awesome.
was yours?
Oh, it was good. It was good. I love seeing the pictures of the kids. That for me, obviously, and I would assume most parents. Oh, look at that! I know those people.
Oh, yes. Look at that little family.
So we actually did. We had some friends.
Heather's just as a bad ASS as she was whenever I was 19 years old at Hooters.
I mean, honestly, in my opinion,
co-hooted together.
She gets badder and badder with every year. So I'm excited to be married to her.
You should be. She's beautiful.
Got a chance to do a few little family pictures and update some of the photos that we got laying around the house and posted up. So
yes, look how cute y'all are.
Yeah, we got to take Lottie down to New Orleans and get some cool street pictures. So that was a lot of fun. We got to do that over the break. Like I said, kind of slowed down me being, all of us being an entrepreneur, it's kind of crazy. The world starts to slow down, not necessarily in my lane. In my organizations, we actually kind of ramp up and get prepared for things.
Me too. Doing taxes, doing like inventory, you name it.
But, so as the rest of our clients and corporate America and all that is coming to a screeching halt, a lot of them are taking, from Christmas to New Year's, we call that separation time, right? Like that's an opportunity for the hungry dogs to eat. And it's not that we're desperate or anything like that. It's just an opportunity for us to go out there and show what we're good at, which is, our hustle, our grit, our grind, our tenacity. So it's been a lot of fun. We picked it up after Christmas. We chilled out, let the kind of bodies get back to being healthy. But after that, it was straight into getting prepared for what our New Year's goals are.
Well, I'm glad that everyone's okay. My family has all survived too. Thank you, Jesus. And again, I'm always throw JC out there as my boy, Jesus Christ. But I want to ask you something super deep and personal, and I'm going to tell you about mine. Do you have a New Year's resolution?
Yeah, so I don't do resolutions, and I don't want to kind of get too
all good. Everyone's different.
Goals,
no judgment.
Right? So, like, my goals are pretty abrupt, and I get very specific with it. And I have a coaching program where I take men through setting goals and actually holding them accountable to achieving them in like a brotherhood, if you will, because I think goal setting is very important. So I got an extensive list of goals.
Say siblinghood. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to get in.
I'm just kidding.
In trouble. But we focus. My coaching group is all based on health, wealth, and relationships, and then making money, and saving time. So I've got about 30 goals that are pretty lofty that I'm really excited about.
Top 2.
Top 5, $5 million in revenue in the organization, and honestly, 26 dates with Heather.
Oh, that's amazing. Yes. And if you're married and you want to stay married, have the same goals as Zack. Otherwise, it's all going to fall apart. Trust me. Anyway, I have a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, let's hear it.
My New Year's resolution is to forgive.
Oh,
you don't have to forget, but you do have to forgive. Those things will bind you. Those things will terminate you on the inside out. And until you have forgiveness, you're broken. No matter how well you're put together on the outside, your insides are broken. Yeah. And my New Year's resolution is to quit holding grudges, quit being pissed off. I'm only hurting myself.
Yeah. 100%.
And go ahead and let it go. You don't have to forget. If someone wronged you, they're probably going to wrong you next year. But what you have to do for your Jiminy Cricket chilling inside is forgive. Let it go. And I am trying so hard to do that.
No, I love that. And, like I said, I know I got a lofty amount of goals, 30. It's broken down in 6 categories, so we'll argue whether or not it's attainable or not. But, I know of a lot of people, and a lot of people I look up to that have just that one word that is more of like a mantra. It's more of an exclamation on like who they want to become. So I can totally get behind that. And I think forgiveness is a big part of it. And going back to what you said about all it's doing is hurting you. I've just put out a podcast about haters, and the topic on it was like, not a single hater. If you were out there worried about a hater, you own a business, you're in corporate America, whatever the case is.
1,000.
Yeah, well, not a single one of those haters are ever going to do business with you. So why worry about what they think? But on that same flip side of that coin, it's like, I got an image in my head of like one of those motivational memes. But it's like, when you're holding on to a rope that's being pulled against you that you don't need to be holding on to, all that's doing is hurting yourself, right? So I commend you on that. That's a big one.
It goes back to my motivational pep talk. When I was a little girl, my mom told me, she said, let me hold your hand, Zack. She said, my baby, you don't have to forget what happened to you, but you have to forgive. And I couldn't be... It stuck with me for this long. It's been like 19 years, maybe 30. Who cares? But the point is that I did not have to forget what happened to me. I had to forgive. And it goes further into like people crossing you in business or people, talking smack about you on social media. Who really cares? Like, you put yourself on a pedestal and you stay there. Like, nobody can pull you down from that. But forgiveness is so important because it is a burden on your heart and on your soul. And whenever you learn to forgive, it makes you better. So yeah, that is my thing. There's a lot of other goals that I have as well that I'm trying to hit, and I'm making progress on them. But
I love it.
Forgiveness. That's mine this year.
We talked, just the homies catching up, kind of filling each other in on our lives off air. And, prior to this episode, we were kind of venting to each other some of these obstacles that we came through. And, it's funny because the Phoenix, oddly enough, I cannot believe I don't have one tattooed on my body yet. But
you will, I'm sure. There's probably a little space available.
Right, but I think that's why I love those creatures so much. Up from the ashes, stuff like that. And, Kelly mentioned it earlier, like when one door closes, another door opens or another window opens or whatever the case is. And,
big bay windows, boo.
Yeah.
Big bay window.
And, and my wife and I, dealing with some stuff we were going through here recently, had that conversation, that hard conversation of realizing that no matter what, and going back to whatever it is you believe in, right? Christian, whatever that case may be, is for us, there's always a positive take on it. There's always a lesson in that disaster, whatever that looks like. So to be glass half full, I think is a big move for you.
It is half full. It's not half empty. It's never half empty. It's never going to be half empty because we have to put life in perspective to better us. And that's part of being a motivator, which I'm not alone. Zach's a motivator too. And another guy that is a motivator is my boy Frank. Zach, can you tell us a little something about my boy Frank?
Yeah, so as we're kind of wrapping up this episode, we want to get you guys super excited about what kind of heat we're bringing next episode to the Drip. So Frank is actually pretty incredible. If you don't know what QVC Network is, I would familiarize yourself. This dude literally takes products public. That's something that he's been chosen for, and he was actually a chosen vendor that was handpicked by Oprah Winfrey. This dude's got a list of credentials and a resume that's a mile long. So, for those business owners that are out there, and you don't even have to be a business owner yet. I know a lot of people that are still stuck in the quote-unquote rat race, as they call it, right? And they're interested in having that.
And even Lori from Shark Tank, just saying.
Yeah, no, Lori from Shark Tank, she's very big in QVC. She's the QVC queen, sold billions of dollars of products on QVC, and this is who this guy's associated with. So we're really excited to pick his brain, hear what he has to offer our network, all the viewers of the Drip, and we're really excited.
So Frank has 25 years experience of all concepts of finding and developing products and businesses for people. And he is going to be right here on this show. The next show will be a Shark Tank episode. So that means if you have a product, you have an app, you have anything at all, you have an idea, and you want to bring that to life, you do nothing more than contact me or Zach. We're going to take the top 3 and we're going to bring them to QVC. You heard? You're going to go to the Drip right here on Pelican Broadcasting first, and then we are going to blow that up. So possibly QVC.
Awesome, guys. Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with the fabulous Kelli Hutchinson, the official Miss Louisiana World America now.
Thank you so much. World peace, really.
We're super excited to have you guys. Thank you to all our sponsors, HGMK, Cross Country Wellness, Dank Spirits, Jambalaya Shop. Y'all check us out, and we'll see you guys right here on this episode next week.
See us at the Hair Show, and thank you for watching The Drip.
Go, 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 go.